Today, I want to share with you 5 tips that are going to make your networking experience that little bit less stressful, that little bit more fun, and more successful. My name is Charlie Wyman, and I help people build successful commercial relationships and get more sales from their marketing efforts. And let's be honest, networking is one of those things that so many of us dread and really don't like doing, yet it is an incredible opportunity for you to build commercial relationships, both with new customers and also reinforce commercial relationships with existing customers. It is a really effective tool for both sales and marketing in the business. So, I hope that these 5 tips are going to help make your life a lot easier. Let's dive in. The first tip is plan to meet somebody you already know before you even get there, so that you are not walking into any environment on your own. There's a reason we say strength in numbers. So if you already know somebody that's going to that event, plan to meet them for a drink beforehand or in the lobby before you even walk into the room. I can guarantee that there will be somebody that you know or somebody that you could be introduced to as well. So this will just help make your life a lot easier so you don't feel alone. The second tip is to use LinkedIn as a tool to put a face to the names of the people that are going to be at that event. Now, a lot of event organisers will give you an attendee list before you even get there, but if you haven't got the attendee list, it doesn't matter, because you can identify the sorts of people that you want to meet when you get there and that you are assuming that they're going to be there. Because you can then use LinkedIn as a way to start that conversation ahead of time so that when you go, you already have put a face to the name, you have already built up familiarity, and you're not then having to think on your feet when you get there. This is a really, really useful tool. It helps save time and also helps reduce a lot of anxiety trying to figure out who's who. The third tip is to arrange meetings beforehand. Now, this works really, really well for conferences, for trade shows, and for formalized networking events. Have a look at the sort of people that you want to meet and have deeper conversations with. Arrange to meet them before you even get there. So again, you're not having to fight for their time and you're not having to scramble to coordinate diaries. And also you're not making them choose between meeting you and meeting somebody else or doing something else. Set the bar before you even get there, arrange those meetings, put things in your diary so that you also have things to look forward to, but also so you're doing that pre-planning so that you've got stuff that you have already booked in and you're not having to think on your feet. The fourth tip is to rehearse conversation starters. And what I mean by this is not, hey, how are you? How's it going? And things like that. Is to have a think about, what are you genuinely interested in? What are you genuinely curious about? Because when you start a conversation with somebody about something that you have that genuine interest in, it flows much more naturally. What I mean by this is think about the types of people or the specific people that you want to meet at that event and do a little bit of research beforehand. Find out, have they had a recent promotion? Is the company up to something different or unusual that you have a genuine interest in? Could they have been interviewed on a podcast? Could they have written an article? Could they have posted something interesting on LinkedIn recently? But think about those conversation starters, because when you focus those around something that you are genuinely curious about, it's going to make it a lot more interesting. And also it means that they're going to buy into that conversation a lot more readily, because let's be honest, we all love talking about ourselves and specifically around the things that we're interested in. So have a think about what you could talk about before you even get there and be specific about the people that you want to meet. That brings us to our fifth and final tip, and that is to ask for introductions. Don't be afraid of going up to the people that you already know and telling them who you also want to meet. You can also say, you're new to this. You could also say that you're trying to identify key people in this particular area, at this particular company, with this particular job title, with this particular area of specialty. It doesn't matter. But the key is you don't have to go into these events on your own. You can ask for help, and people love being useful. So if you can go up to somebody who already has those contacts that you want to meet and go and ask them to make an introduction, more often than not, they are more than happy to do that. It gives them something to do, and also it just breaks that ice and helps with that first conversation starter. So, I hope that these tips have been useful for you. I hope that you are going to implement at least one of them next time you go to a networking event, a trade show, or even a conference. And I hope that they're going to help you just make that whole networking experience a little bit less stressful. Because let's face it, it's a sort of thing that will really help you professionally. It will really help you in your role. It will really help the company. So why not make it more fun and less stressful too? My name is Charlie Wyman, and I wish you all the best. Ciao for now.